So with us is Team H. So welcome Team H. You'll run us through the presentation.
From our analysis, we issue a buy recommendation with a 1-year target price of 42.5 Kenyan shillings and an upside of 63.5%. KCB Group is the largest bank in East Africa, established in 1896. KCB in Kenya has more than 200 branches. Kenya contribute 79.38% of revenue. Retail bank contributes 44.42% of the total revenue. It's the first bank to be listed on East African stock exchange. KCB has competitive advantages over its rivals due to its well-known brand name, the use of alternative channels, its excellent customer care. It focuses on digital banking like mobile banking and Biashara Smart. Mobile banking contributes 75% of the total KCB transactions, and it is cost and price efficient through service automation. With reference to management and governance, as you can see from our slide, KCB management team has been a key driving force to its overall success by executing and actively performing its role in shaping and implementing corporate strategies and direction. KCB also abides with all rules and regulations set by CMA, CBK, and other regulators from subsidiary countries. KCB has values which drive its staffs, and this gives KCB competitive advantage over its rivals. All this has made KCB to be awarded the Service Excellency Award 2014, the Global HR Award 2015, and recently the East African Bank 2016. We are positioning KCB by the use of Porter's 5 force models. As you can see, its bargaining power of customers is low. The entry of new entrants in the market is low due to a high barrier entry set by CMA and other regulators from subsidiary countries. The threat of substitute product is low due to a large number of treasury bills and government securities. The bargaining power of suppliers is high, and finally, leverage of competing firms in the industry is high due to a high number of players in the market.
We also conducted a macroeconomic analysis in countries where KCB operates by referring to real GDP, inflation, and interest rates. The real GDP is expected to grow above 5% in Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda. But it will decline by 2% in Burundi and 13.1% in South Sudan due to political instability, which has a social inversion. Inflation is expected to stabilize. Distantly, South Sudan is an outlier with an inflation rate of 476% due to political instability. By looking at the competitive positioning, KCB has established a strong competitive position through agency banking, mobile banking, diversified markets and products. KCB is the largest single borrower limit and adequately capitalized. All this help KCB to better stand at the Kenyan market. By looking at the customer service engagement, KCB has named as the top financial brand on social media. It is also a most popular bank on Twitter. KCB also awarded as the best bank in finance, like in assets, mortgage, product innovation, and mobile banking in 2015. This helped KCB to give better services to its customers. Finally, by referring to low debt leverage level, focus on digital banking platforms, and edify to support annual growth, lucrative market prospects of the region, cost and price efficiency through service automation, and sustainable business model, all with a target price of 42.5 Kenyan shillings. with an upside of 63.5%, we recommend a buy.
So comparison from third quarter 2015-2016 shows that total operating revenue increased by 10.2, while total expenses have been increased 4.3. And interest income has been increased by 22, and which interest led to increase in interest margin. Profit increased by 16.1, and KCB total assets have been decreased 6.1 compared to 2015 third quarter investor presentation, due to decline in value and placement by 53% and South Sudan pound devaluation. So total liability have been increased 9.9%, while shareholders' funds have been increased. NPLs have been increased by 26%. Core earnings per shares have been increased 16.1, supported by increase in operating revenue more than expenses. Now moving to loan book and asset quality, shows that total loan book have been in growth, have been recorded 4.9 growth, supported by increase in alternative channels to drive disbursement, with 91% total loan book of KCB were facilitated by mobile platforms as per third quarter 2016. SMEs also contribute 5% and yet contribute 45% of Kenyan GDP. This needs improvements because it has more potential due to the growth. So due to low rate level, KCB has flexibility and financial, and earnings as part contribute 70, as deposit contribute 77%. Loan book recorded a growth of 4.9%, and with NPLs ratio grows 8.5 from 7.1, which may affect liquidity position of KCB. So KCB Bank will be more focusing on more quality asset management as opposing loan book. Moving transformation banking shows that merchants have been increased 33.3% growth, and agents have been increased 154.85%. Mobile banking have been increased 52.5.3 growth, and ATM have been decreased due to a large number of customers have been shifting the use of ATMs and going to use mobile banking. And deposits have been increased from 4.3 to 8.3. A number of loans have been also increased from 1.9 to 4.1. Value of loan mobile have been also increased from 4.3 to 17.
So KCB products growth and diversification ranging from retail banking, corporate, mortgage, investment and insurance. KCB is well capitalized, higher than the minimum capital requirements of 14.5 capital adequacy and 10.5 core capital to total risk-weighted assets as per new prudential guideline. Moving to valuation, we analyze KCB using dividend discounted model, sensitivity analysis and relative valuation. As you can see on relative valuation, KCB is undervalued as its stock fluctuated between 28 and 56.7 Kenyan shilling within last 52 weeks. Sensitivity analysis, given the lowest possible perpetual growth of 8% and cost of equity of 19%, we arrive at a value of 56.3, which is closer to the market highest price within last 52 weeks. So using the sensitivity analysis test of dividend discounted model, we arrive at 63.5, which mark the upside of KCB stock using.
In your last slide before you called time out, you had a long-term terminal growth rate of 10%. Explain how you came up with that 10%.
We varied KCB using relative valuation, considering the trend of its stock within last 52 weeks, given the lowest price that was 28.7 and the highest which was 56.79 within the last 52 weeks, and comparing to the peers shows that KCB stock is undervalued and have potential growth. That's why we came up with the target price of 42.5.
So, what is that implied price of 33.32?
Implied price is the price that KCB is willing to accept, comparing to the market price that was 28.7, and comparing to the one that was highest, which was 56.7. The implied price is the price that is acceptable, that the company is willing to accept.
Okay, on your next slide, you have your second item there, long-term growth of 10%.
Yes.
Explain how you arrived at that 10%.
The 10% as long-term growth, we use the long-term security that was in the market. We base that 10% while we're calculating the sensitivity analysis. Then also using the cost of equity of 19.3, then we arrive at the possible upside of KCB stock of 63.5.
I'm not sure if you touched on it, but could you explain the impact that the Banking Amendment Act will have on KCB?
The impact that the Banking Act amendment that we have to KCB is that there are two. One is the rise in minimum capital requirements, and then the second one is the change in the interest rate, where CBK has set the interest rate to be 10.5, and then the bank adds 4%, which is allowable for the banks, and then it comes to 14.5. Looking at the minimum capital requirements, that will affect the lending power of the bank, as there are some parts of the money that banks will be having, instead of lending out to customers so that they can have the interest on the amount that have been lended, and then will be required to be kept on the central bank to meet the minimum capital requirements. That can affect KCB in terms of the interest that they are gaining from lending.
When you talk about the 14.5 that you mentioned, how would this impact KCB's financial performance?
Yeah, normally the change in interest rates is not going to affect KCB at large extent compared to the other bank in industry, as the lending rate was also at the same range for the case of KCB. So that won't have a big impact on KCB, but to have the impact on the industry in general.
And what impact will it have on the industry?
What I can add on that, we know with the big interest rate, it's in favor of KCB. It can raise a lot of money from loans that it lends to its customers. So that 4 added on their interest rate, it's in favor of KCB that they will be raising a lot of return on loan. Thank you.
There's one of the slides where you showed the NPLs had grown. What was the reason for the growth in the NPLs?
NPLs have been growing due to a large borrower who are not able to recover the loans, because like most of the major borrower are from government, and then so they could be paid late because the government is also paying late. Yeah.
To add more on that, the NPA have been growing due to macroeconomic factor that was volatile, and some borrowers who are working with the government, and then government delay to pay back to the borrowers, yet they are willing to pay back, but when it comes to KCB, and then they say that, oh, the government is not paying, and then automatically that have to be taken to NPA.
Just quickly on your income analysis, were you suggesting that the mobile channel is generating something like 90% of the income?
Yes, we are having the 91 here.
91%.
Total loan book transaction. Is total loan book transaction were facilitated by mobile platforms due to the large number of the shifting using ATM, and they have acquired to use the mobile. They acquire loans using their mobiles, like M-Pesa.
Something also that we mentioned about mobile banking is that it contributes 75% of the KCB total transactions.
Yeah, also that comes as a result of the policies that KCB is putting on of the cashless economy. Like we have the case of Rwanda, where KCB is rating the policy of the government of Rwanda that is putting on to drive a cashless economy, where everyone is encouraged to use the digital channels instead of carrying cash in their pockets.
Okay, but your slide also suggests that there's only a 4.9% growth in the alternative channels only. So the impact is not as much as you
4.2?
Loan book recorded 4.9% growth. Oh, that's the total loan book.
Yeah, it's loan book.
Okay, but were you able to extrapolate now the mobile platform and the impact on revenues or interest income for that matter?
Yes, because digital channels have contributed about 75%. Mobile banking only contributes 75% of the revenue from digital platform. That shows that.
From digital, not
yes,
total, but not total.
yes.
Though loan book have been increased to 4.9% and also have been supported by different channels, and yet 91 supported by mobile platforms. So, but we find that NPL is also, though there is a loan we are facilitated by mobile channels and other platforms, digital platforms. So NPLs also have been increased compared to loan book, so recovery.
3.5% upside. What is this one thing that gives you the strong conviction that it should be a 63.5% upside, and as an investor that I should be buying the stock? Second question, I might have missed the forecasts that you have for revenue, balance sheet, and the rest.
The total operating revenue have grown by 10.2%, and then that comes as a result of the.
So for clarification purposes, I'm just looking at what you forecasted to arrive at your fair value of, with an upside of fair value 42.5. How did you arrive at that? Which numbers did you use in the forecasts?
So we used the cash flow.
Could we see the slide with the cash flow?
You were referring about how we came up with 63.5 upside. So we performed a sensitivity analysis test of dividend discounted model using the lowest perpetual growth of 8% and 19.3%, referring to the long-term growth of 10% and cost of equity that was 19.3, and then we came up with upside of 63.5.
Okay, so which dividends did you use? Can you show us where you determined the dividends?
Where we determined dividends?
Because to arrive, you've used the dividend discount model, you must have discounted dividends. So what are your future forecast dividends that you forecasted, so that you discount them to the present value to get the fair value of 63.5?
so I wouldn't include it in this, right? But we arrive at that upside using these institutionals and cash flow, discounted cash flow, objective dividends.
So those are the numbers I'm looking for, the numbers that you discounted.
Forgotten to put in the slides.
Thank you. Thank you, judges, for the questions, and thank you, Team H, for the presentation.